And hello YouTube. Today at PowerJack Repair we got, I don't know what's the model of this HP. It just says DMB50 Intel motherboard, but that's a motherboard from HP laptop. Well, it says Dell right there, so maybe it's a Dell laptop. All right, so it's a Dell motherboard. It's just connector is usually that connector is being installed on HP laptops. The laptop came in for the jack replacement, but by checking the connector right away, connect the plug, put one probe on ground, ground on ground, right here or right here or right there or on any metal. So let's just say like that. And we check the ground, this guy, and we see 0 resistance, meaning the ground is working fine. Then we compare it with the positive. Positive shows us 0 resistance. That means we have a shortage on the motherboard. And that usually means the shortage is not somewhere down here, but the shortage is usually here someplace. So what we can do is we can check and see, here we got a shortage, here we got a shortage, right here it shows 0. That's the setting. And there we got shortage. So I'm pretty sure we don't have a shortage behind this guy right here. This is, I don't know what that is. Repair service, I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, I don't really care. I just know that when we compare when we look at this guy, we see resistance here, so the shortage is here someplace. Either here, here. You know what, looking at it, I think the shortage is right here. You know what, I didn't think that that would be the shorted component because I found something else. The reason I started to make this video is to show you that thanks to your donations, now I got a $1,000 microscope in my possession. And that $1,000 microscope helps me finding out shortages, where they are. And but now I'm looking at the board and I can see even without the microscope where the shortage is at. But let me show you. I mean, you can see it right here. Here's the. Can you see the shortage on this camera? Probably not. Let me switch to the microscope and we're gonna see if you can see the shortage. Alrighty, so we're looking at the microscope, under the microscope. Again, this is a $1,000 microscope. I have few other microscopes here. Couple hundred was your donations and the rest of it was my money, basically. So what I'm trying to see is how am I gonna fix this problem, and if the problem is fixable. Now, the reason why I wanted to show you this video, because I found this without the microscope right here. You see right here? There are 2 indentations of some sort. Right. Let me find the pointer thingy. For some reason, first of all, for some reason, this component is sitting at an angle. We got something here, which looks like this is the positive trace. This is a positive flag, positive flag. This is the positive trace right here. And for some reason, this is all melted right here. So maybe there was something from the top pressing down on this thing. And that's the reason we have a shortage right here between this trace, positive trace, and this, and basically the center of the board. The center of the board is a ground, and the trace is probably shorting right here. So that was this was my best guess, and I don't know how to fix it because it's just way too close to the. You can see better right here. Well, let's see. Can we do something in terms of Maybe we can clean it up a little bit so I can show you better. So technically there is no way to bypass it because we got plus right here and it goes right here into the trace. So unless I cut this guy out right here, maybe that way there won't be anything passing through. But you can see this circle right here, that circle right there, and that circle right there. It's a go through circles that conduct the electricity through the motherboard to the other side of the motherboard right here. You see those circles? This is one circle right here, and this is the second circle right there. So the current from the top flows through here as well. So we got traces here. One trace connected here, here, and here, you see? This guy is not connected here anywhere. And then, so even if I cut off the top, that trace is gonna be pulling through on those two guys right here. Now, that's all good, but take a look at this. This is my $1,000 microscope. What do you see? You see absolutely nothing. You know why? Because this is a 3D microscope. And now, let's refocus this whole thing. And now, if you just inspect this whole thing visually... Oh, what's that right there? Hold on. What's that stuff right there? You see right here? That's a ball of solder which came out of nowhere. Okay. All right. Is that connection here for the diode? And that's a diode connection. Okay. So you can't still see anything yet. And now can you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? Do ya? Exactly. So that's a 3D microscope for you. So my understanding, the problem was this guy right here. You see? So maybe inside of the laptop, when you were moving the jack up and down, this thing touched the casing, which people sometimes like to do the in metal, made of metal. And that's the reason why everything shorted. So that's the reason, that's the main reason why the board is here. So let's see if we can use the zoom in function on this guy to show you it even better. Like that. Like that. As far as I know, I'm the only guy who spent $1,000 on a microscope because I'm getting old and seeing stuff like that. I mean, I did see it with my naked eye. Can we do that? So that's, let's see, that's optical zoom right here. And I should stop playing around because I might lose a whole bunch of clients. Anyways, so yeah. So the problem is I will remove this guy, no big deal, okay? But what am I gonna do about the other side of the motherboard? Right here with those. Let's see if we can do a better focus here. What am I gonna do about those two guys right here? You see how deep they are? I mean, I don't know why would anybody put two dents like that here and here. That's my... I mean, I never seen anything like that. I never seen anybody screwing up the motherboard this way. All right? Anyways, leave a comment how do you like my 3D microscope. Don't you wish you had one of those? Yeah, I mean, I paid $1,000. I'm sure it's kind of cheaper now. I don't know if I can remove this guy on the left. I haven't really played around with it. I just need this to inspect the issues. But as you can see right here, the jack should be fine. It's either right here where the shortage is at. That was probably a secondary problem. Or it's... I mean, I know that this capacitor is fried for sure. You could see the blackness right there. You could measure the continuity on it, and you will see that it doesn't really do what it's supposed to do. Now, the other problem I just noticed on the other end of the motherboard, which is right here. You see what's going on here? I mean, how can anyone destroy the motherboard so much? I mean, somebody was really scratching it right here. You see? What's that? And that. And that. What is it? The power button? Is it what? Reset button? Oh. Wow. Yeah, somebody was just destroying the motherboard. See it? Scratch here, scratch right there. So I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna make any money from this repair, which probably I'm not gonna be able to repair. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna remove the capacitor. Here's what you can see from the top, like that. Let's see. The focus is amazing. I mean, this is just amazing stuff. All right, so I mean, I could probably remove the power button if it's faulty. I mean, this is not a power button, this is probably a reset button. But yeah, let me first get down to business in terms of removing that capacitor right there. And this guy. And hopefully those penetrations on the other side won't be as visible, because otherwise I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. We will see. Alrighty, so the first thing I'm gonna do is add some flux. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some solder. This is a leaded-based solder. I can add it to this side. All right. And I can add it to that side right there. Okay. So next thing what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna power up the hot air. Now the next investment gonna be hot tweezers, so I could remove those components whenever I want to without the use of hot air. But for now, this is the way. All right. So, yeah. Just want to remove excess solder. Right. Oh, yeah, come on. All right, so that's a diode right there. And I'm not sure which legs are supposed to be grounded and which ones are not grounded. Maybe all of them are just fine. Maybe all of them are positive, but just in case, I'm just gonna try and get as much solder out right there as possible. You know what, it seems like it's all on the same trace. It's all on the positive trace. I don't see any negative traces here. I probably have the... So we got two pads, left and right, right? Oh yeah, so right there is the negative trace right there, and those are three positive ones, right? All right, hard to say, you know, let me add some alcohol so I could see better the layout. All right, so those two pads are definitely positive. Let me clean up a little bit. All right. All right, so those two are connected here, okay? And those two are right there. And those three are positives. And this one is negative, one right there. All right. Okay, so do I want to measure the continuity right now? Yes, I do want to measure continuity right now and see, maybe, just maybe, which is... That usually never happens. But what if... Wow. No way. No way. Ah, the job is done. So this capacitor was faulty right here. And the indentations on the top side, I will show you in a second. Yeah, so this is... Yeah, wow. Wow, wow, Viva. Good job. So I want to test it under the voltage and see... And see if those diodes are conducting the electricity through. Because they might be dead because of the shortage. All right. All right. And so basically the voltage should go from here to here to here, here and over here. Alrighty, so the moment of truth. Let's take a look. All right. You know what, I need to remove all of the remaining alcohol here. Honestly, I needed to clean it a bit better, but here, let's see. Oh, that's the power button right there. So we got 19 volts right here, 19 volts right there. Let's put the glasses on because we could have a shortage right away. Okay. Now let's take a look if we get the voltage right here. Yeah, we got 19 volts. So let's see if we can power it up. Or maybe if it's not the power button. I was hoping I would get something, but I'm not getting anything. Maybe more. Let's see. Yeah, the voltage is going through. The voltage is going through, and my guess that power button right there is killing everything. So let's see if we even get the voltage at the battery. Yeah, so you see we get we get 3 volts right here, but you see the arrow is jumping back and forth, up, down, up, down. I don't think that's the way how it's supposed to be. Yep. I don't know. But I mean, there is no more shortage left on the motherboard. So technically the laptop should work. But yeah, we got 20 volts right here. You get nothing right here. I'm not sure if we should be getting anything there. But we're getting nothing. Nope, we're getting nothing there. Nothing here. Okay, let's disconnect this guy. And let's see. That's never a good sign. It shows me zero. Shows me zero resistance on those capacitors. Meaning zero resistance here, zero resistance there. And even zero, no. Well, no, that's a good one. Zero resistance. All right, so again, probably the original problem was the one I fixed, right? And then probably somebody put their fingers into this system and caused another shortage, maybe right at this guy. I honestly don't know. I mean, but yeah, that guy was definitely shorted. If nobody would put their fingers into this laptop, to this motherboard, everything would be working fine. All right, so the only other thing I have for you is this floor. Maybe we can put it under the floor and see if maybe something is heating up. If the floor would also be charged up. Now, don't ever buy this floor. I looked at the there's a guy on the West Coast that sells those. He advertises it really well, but honestly, it's a garbage. This professional thermal imager is, I mean, if anybody wants to buy it from me, be my guest. I mean, this is just the biggest garbage there is. Okay, so that's the screen right there. And let me see if I could find something. All right, so in fact, this garbage showing me something that keeps on and off right there. You see this? All right. So it keeps overheating. Right. There's something. Ooh, it's some sort of chip, which I'm pretty sure I don't have anywhere here. Okay, so it keeps giving me this chip. I wish I could point to this guy and see if that's the guy. Nope, that's not the chip, because maybe it is. Let's see if I, yeah, it's the chip. I don't have that chip in stock for sure. Let's see, maybe something else is also blinking here. I can see something right here blinking. Something right there. Strange. Hold on. No, it's just the side of it. Maybe if I use a different palette. Alrighty, so after connecting my thermal camera to the computer, so you would see everything better. Again, it's thanks to your donations. I paid like $50 of your donations and 250 of my own. You see that pulsating thing? So that's your problem right here. You also see some sort of problem on the top right here, right there. All right, but that's the problem right here. This component, which is again, even if I remove it, I don't have one of those components here. Let's see what's heating up right there. I think it's the diode. Does it pulsate as well? Yeah. So I like this palette because it shows me right away. Problem right here. And problem over there. For everything else, there is a master card. You see, nothing else is heating up here. Nothing else. All right. Let's see, that's from the top view. As you can see again, pulsation right here. And this guy right there. All right, let's take a look. All right, so this is the guy right here. That's the guy. What it does, I have no idea. But let's take a look. Yeah, even $1,000 microscope and the $250 infrared can't help me make. Wait, what's that? Hold on 1 second. Is that a crack or is that some dust in there? Hold on. What's that right? Oh, that's hair. Wait a minute, maybe that hair is what caused the shortage here. You know what? For some reason, it seems like there were 2 capacitors right here, which were probably removed. And again, I didn't look at this board before. Seems like there is some sort of solder balls right there. Solder balls right there. Yeah, my guess this board has been someplace before getting here. And they probably look at the thermal camera and they saw that this guy is shorting. All right. It might not even be this. It's probably one of the capacitors here that's shorting out. If I would know what that is, maybe I should put it on off. They all look fine. I mean, you should see how capacitor is broken. Again, where's that ball came from right here? I mean, this is not factory stuff. Maybe this is. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna measure every one of those capacitors here and see if I'm getting any shortages from the capacitors. But guys, I mean, there's only so much time I can spend on a motherboard, which was already taken care of by somebody else. I just got the board here. I didn't get the whole laptop. So I found the original source of the problem. And I don't know why the secondary source is right here. Because usually just one capacitor, you remove one capacitor and everything's going to be working fine. And this is all just my cut and clean up. Strange, this is not as smooth as I want it to be. Need to clean up a bit more right there. Yeah, well, cleaning up is no big deal. We can clean it right now. It could be this diode right here that's overheating and causes the voltage drop maybe down the road. Could that be it? Or not? And it's all soldered the way it should be. Well, it could have gone bad because of this capacitor. But usually they also heat up. You know, those two diodes, they should be heating up as well. With so many choices, so little time. Anyways, my guess is I'm just packing it up and shipping it back to the client because this is just no use. Because half of the motherboard is conducting the electricity, the other half sees a short someplace. My guess the short is related to this button right here, which again, why would anybody do something like that to the button? I don't know. Maybe, and you see the scratches to the motherboard. Again, hard to say where the motherboard, I mean, there is no way to scratch the motherboard here so much right here unless you're physically scratching it with something. So if I would get the board here right away, I would just remove that capacitor, the ones, and those scratches. There is no way you could get both indents right here and right there unless it's a physical damage, unless you physically try to do something there. All right, guys. Anyways, I have a whole bunch of other work to do, so this board is gonna be obviously not gonna be any charge for the repair because there was no repair done. Yeah, so in case you have, I will try to find out which Dell motherboard it is. You probably have exactly the same problem, a capacitor right here that needs to be removed. And that's all there is. Now those two guys are resistors right there. This guy and that guy. And they should be fine. So my guess, still we get the voltage here, 19 volt, all right? It's not jumping. It stops losing the voltage someplace down the line right here. And that's a long way to here. I doubt that chip is faulty. It's one of those guys right here. So even if I remove this chip, it's probably not going to help in any way, shape, or form. I mean, if I remove the chip, maybe it's going to work. Maybe. But well, you know what? Let me check the capacitors nearby and then I could remove the chip. Alrighty, I checked the capacitors nearby. They all solid. They're all good. So the only thing left to do is visually inspect the other capacitors on the motherboard on the different angles. And I see that everything looks good here. Everything looks good right there. It could be one of the capacitors is like kind of dying. That's the thing. And you'll never know which one it is. Because it's, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So when the voltage is jumping back and forth, could be any one of those. No, I mean, you see, all of them look just fine. All right, let's remove this hair right here. Looks like a dog hair to me. All right. Let's look at this guy. You see anything? Me neither. I don't see anything that would tell me that something is faulty. Again, there are spots, for example, right here, that seems like it's missing parts right there. Maybe, maybe not. Go figure. All right, let's see. Ay. Nope. This side is good. That side. And the reason why I like this 3D model right here, because it gives me a wide angle. It's not like that, where I have to check every single one. I mean, even if those three looks good like that, they might not look good on the side, and you will never know. So, yeah. Again, it's all about time, you know, I don't have time to do this kind of, could be something under the memory chips. A bunch of capacitors there. Yeah, so I guess $1,000 not gonna pay off in this case. So yeah, I looked at entire board. The only problem is somebody was scratching the board near the reset. What's that right here? Hold on 1 second. What's this garbage right here? Thermal paste, why is it so far away? And that right there. Yeah, that's thermal paste as well. Nope. Alright guys, and we got another thermal paste right here. So my guess, somebody already spent some time here unsuccessfully and forwarded it my way. Well, looks good to me. Alright guys, I used the FLIR, I used the microscope, I used the visually checked everything. Sometimes you just want to take this part, desolder it, and hopefully it's gonna work. So let's desolder that part. Alright, so no, I probably need to, yeah. I tried several different hot air station. The reason I like this one because it got the longest cable, so I can use it. So the station is outside and the handle is inside of the exhaust fume extractor. That doesn't even want to bulge. All right, so the chip is out. Honestly, that chip looks to be important, so I don't think it's gonna even... let's clean this guy up. Yeah, that chip is definitely important. There is no way it's gonna work without it. All right, let's see again if we're gonna get the voltage jumping back and forth. All right, let's take a look. No, I mean, if we don't get the power light right here, that means we're probably not gonna get anything. Well, we do get steady voltage now. Yeah, we do get steady voltage. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, we do get steady voltage to here, but there is no voltage coming out on the other side. It's no use, it's... yeah. Okay, we get shortage here. We get shortage there. Well, let's try one more time looking at the flare. Now, probably gonna enjoy watching the flare on the screen. See, it doesn't even want to work now. All right, and what we can see right now is because we were using hot air right here, the area is still nice and warm. But besides that, we don't really see everything else is pretty cool. So let's flip the board over. And this is where... oh, you know what? Hold on a second. This is where everything was getting hot. This is the big picture. As you can see, everything is looking good. All right, my other concern is on the flip side of this guy. Where is that? right here. We flip it over. Let's check those two capacitors right here, because they are right on top of this guy. Oh, come on, easy. Yeah, they are fine. All right, so those two are shorted. No, this one is fine. It's all good. But the laptop won't work. Again, something isn't right here. Something isn't right there. No idea what happened before I got it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. This is the model of the Dell board. Take care and have a good day. Thanks. Bye.